Okay, welcome back to the session on channel equalizers. I hope it is audible now. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's audible.
Yeah, it is audible and even PPT. Okay, I will take few minutes to revise what I thought in the previous class. And before that, let me ask you, have you solved that problem what I shared in the yesterday about that 5-tap equalizer design? At least have you tried how you get that X matrix values? I don't think you have tried, right? I don't know to what extent you could understand, because I took one example with the 3-tap equalizer, whereas I have given the value of x0, x1 and x minus 1, and I said other values are 0, right? And the second one is slightly different. I gave x of t and then I said it is a 5-tap equalizer. So little bit you have to work out. Okay, fine. If you have not tried, at least attempted. How many of you have attempted to find out that matrix, X matrix at least? Just say yes. How many? Or not at all tried? Not at all tried, I think. Fine, let me share the solution today. Okay. Fine. So just to know what I thought in the previous class, I told about what equalizer is, right? See, the main goal of the equalizer is to remove the effect of intersymbol interference. Okay, fine. So I said, what is intersymbol interference? Intersymbol interference is what? The symbol which is received at time instant k depends not only on the symbol, not only on the current symbol, it also depends on the previous symbol. Means, I mean to say, if I represent y of k is the received symbol at the time instant k, right? So which is equal to, I can write h into or h of 0 into x of k plus h of 1 into x of k minus 1 plus noise. I can write that as v of k. And I said h of 0 into x of k, h of 0 and h of 1 are the channel fading coefficients. X of k and x of k minus 1 are the transmitted symbols at a time instant k and k minus 1, right? And I said y of k is the received symbol at a time instant k, right? So here the received symbol at time instant k depends not only on the present or current symbol, it also depends on the previous symbol. So that leads to interference, right, in the received signal. Right, means present and previous symbol will overlap, that leads to an error. So that will degrade the performance of the communication system, right? So our goal is, means the channel equalizer aim is to eliminate that intersymbol interference. I hope this much you will be able to reproduce, I feel, what equalizer is or what is channel equalizer, or simple words, just equalizer. What is the purpose of equalizer? Can I hear from your mouth? Anyone? Hello?
To reduce the intersymbol interference.
Very good, very good. Yes, some person is saying to reduce or remove the effect of intersymbol interference. Fine. At least you should carry this much. Equalizer means it should come to your thought. Oh, it is a mechanism which is used for removing the intersymbol interference. Fine. So as I said in that, there are different types of equalizers. We say linear equalizer, non-linear equalizer, right? Then I said zero forcing equalizer, adaptive equalizer, and so on, and decision feedback equalizer and all. So much is there to study, but your syllabus is restricted to study only few things and few concepts. Okay. With that, what I would like to say is, so what adaptive equalizer is, right? So in case of adaptive equalization, so what is done is, it will be used for the channels whose frequency response characteristics are unknown, and it is time variant. Okay, so in such case, this linear filter with adjustable parameters. Means your parameters means the coefficients of the filter, right? Will be able to update periodically. Okay, that to compensate for the channel distortion. That we call it as a adaptive equalizer. See the meaning of adaptive means adaptability in changing the it is adapting to the changes in the parameters, right? So let me take the example and say what it is. So this is the circuit, or we can say discrete time channel filter. Means it is an equalizer circuit only. It is. Okay. So what I'm saying is A suffix M is my input data sequence. Okay. A suffix M is my input data sequence. So this input data sequence, I will be passing it through an FIR filter. See, the complete thing is an FIR filter, I can say. That is a finite duration impulse response filter. Okay. So, and each, this block is there, I written T, is a delay element. Okay. And having a delay of symbol interval, which is equal to T. Means, see, this is the input to the first delay element. So, output of this will be what I can write. What I can write, AM of T minus TB, right? If the delay is by symbol duration or bit duration, then here it will be what? AM into AM of T minus 2 TB. Like that it will continue, right? So output of each will be multiplied with this coefficients, right? It means that is X naught, right? So we call this L tap equalizer. Okay. So output of all those will be summed up, and this is the output of that filter. So what I mean to say is equalization is nothing but passing a data sequence through an FIR filter. Right? So output of the FIR filter is nothing but the equalized output. So we can write output of that equalizer as this. So we are treating this as a discrete time channel filter. Okay. Then yeah, this block diagram which I have discussed already. As I said, this is a transmitting filter, channel, right? Receiving filter, and I'm using equalizer. So equalizer will be used at the receiver side, right? After the receiving filter. Then output of the equalizer is given as input to the detector, right? So this is the block diagram of the digital data transmission with an equalizer. So input data is applied to the transmitting filter. It will. So this GT of F is the what? This is the frequency response of the transmitting filter, and C of F is what? The frequency response of the channel. So noise will be added, right? We assume this is additive weight Gaussian noise, and this is the receiving filter having a frequency response of what? GR of F, and equalizer having a frequency response of GE of F. So as I said, the frequency response of the equalizer will be inverse of the frequency response of the channel. That is why it is known as the inverse channel filter, right? So this is in frequency domain viewpoint view what I am discussing. So that is what I said, right? Equalizer frequency response will be equal to the what? Inverse of the channel response. That is what I written. G of F is equal to 1 by C of F. Okay, and the phase characteristics of the equalizer, theta E of F will be equal to minus theta C of F, whereas this theta C of F is the phase characteristics of the channel response. Okay. So I can say equalizer is nothing but the inverse channel filter to the channel response. Fine. So what we find is in this case, means in the inverse channel filter, I said it will be able to completely eliminate the ASI caused by the channel, right? So what I mean to say is it forces the intersymbol interference to be 0. At what interval? At the sampling times, that is T is equal to NT. Okay, so this is an important point to be noted. It forces, means this equalizer, okay? Equalizer forces the intersymbol interference to be 0 at the sampling times at T equal to NT, right? So that is why this equalizer is known as the zero forcing equalizer, right? So I can write output of that as Ym is equal to Am plus Wm, and this will be the input to the detector. I said this AM is the current received symbol, current transmitted symbol, what I mean to say, and this is the current received symbol, and this is the noise. Fine. Fine. So now let me just do the recap of the design of the linear equalizer from the time domain viewpoint. As I said, the ASI, intersymbol interference, is limited to a finite number of samples. Those samples are taken as L. Right? So I am approximating this channel equalizer by a finite duration impulse response filter. Right? Because it cannot be an infinite. I am not using IIR filter, right? Infinite impulse response. I am using a FIR filter, means its duration is finite. So means channel equalizer is approximated to the FIR. And this filter is also known as the transversal filter, okay, with the adjustable tap coefficients. So those tap coefficients are written as Cn. So that diagram I think we'll be able to see here. So this is the diagram of the linear transversal filter. So this linear transversal filter is what is happening here. See, this is the unequalized input I am applying to the delay elements. So these are all delay elements. Right, output of those, okay, output of those will be summed up, and I will be getting the equalized output. Right, so the equalized output is given as an input to the algorithm for tap gain adjustment. Okay, here there are different algorithms are there to adjust the tap gain, like RLS, okay, MSLE, that is minimum square, MSLE we say, okay, and even decision feedback. Like the 3-4 algorithms are there. Let us see 1 or 2. Okay, so output of this equalizer output is applied to the input of this algorithm for tap gain adjustment. So output of this tap gain, right? Well, what I can write as C0, C+1, C+2, similarly C-1, C-1 all is applied to this. So it will be adjusting the means these taps will be able to adjust and nullify the ISI. Okay, so this is what the meaning is. Here what I was telling is that time delay, right? Each block I have written in the previous case is tau, right? So that is the time delay between the adjacent taps, right? So if the time delay between the adjacent taps will be selected as large as the symbol duration. So T is the symbol duration, right? In such case, we call that FIR equalizer as symbol spaced equalizer. Okay, so what I mean to say is, if the time delay between the adjacent tap is larger than the symbol duration, such an FIR equalizer is known as the symbol spaced equalizer. Okay, I hope this is clear. If somebody asks, what do you mean by symbol spaced equalizer means, what you are supposed to answer, you have to say that time delay between the adjacent taps will be selected larger than the symbol duration. Okay, such an FIR equalizer is known as the symbol spaced equalizer. Okay, in that case, the input to the equalizer, okay, in the sample sequence will be given by this formula. I hope this formula you are familiar, right? Ym is equal to summation from n is equal to minus n to infinity an x m minus n plus wm. If I equate, that is n equal to m, then I can write what? Instead of an, I can write am. Since n is equal to m, so it will be x naught. So first term I get. Then this is the second term is for what? When n is not equal to m. And sorry, the third term is the additive noise. Right? So this middle term is the contribution of the previous symbols, that is known as ISI, said intersymbol interference. Right? So that has to be eliminated. That is the purpose of this equalizer, right? Fine. So when see 1 by T, 1 by capital T, right? This is the symbol interval, right? Means we know this is F. 1 by T is nothing but F. And F is less than 2W. So we know it overlaps, right? That we call as undersampling. You are already aware of this. So that leads to what? The undersampling leads to aliasing, isn't it? Because the frequencies are below 1 by T. So in such cases, we call that equalizer to compensate for the aliased channel distorted signal. So when the time delay tau between the adjacent taps is in this range, means this 1 by tau means this is a time delay, right, is greater than 2w, right, and let's say 1 by t. In such case, no aliasing will occur. Okay, hence we call that as inverse channel equalizer, compensate for the true channel distortion. Means here this 2w means f will be greater than 2w, and this will be what, 1 by t greater than or equal to 2w, right? Means that delay will be in that range, right? So here the tau is nothing but what I said, the adjacent tap delay is less than the symbol interval. So in the previous case, I considered tau is greater than the symbol duration, right? I call that as symbol spaced equalizer. So when tau, that is the adjacent tap time delay, is less than the symbol duration, in such cases, I call that equalizer, channel equalizer, is fractionally spaced taps. And I can say that as fractionally spaced equalizer. So I hope you will be able to catch this point. No? Two things are there. One is when the time delay tau between the adjacent taps is larger than the symbol duration. In that case, what I call that FIR filter is, I call that FIR filter as what? Symbol spaced equalizer, right? And the second case is when the time delay between the adjacent taps, right, is less than the symbol interval, then I say that channel equalizer is said to have fractionally spaced taps. Okay, fractionally spaced taps, and I call that as fractionally spaced equalizer. So two things I hope you will be able to understand and say what it is. Right? When I call this as a symbol spaced equalizer, and when I call this as a fractionally spaced equalizer. So when the time delay between the adjacent tabs is greater than the symbol interval, in such case I call FIR channel equalizer as the symbol spaced equalizer, right? When the time delay between the adjacent tabs is less than the symbol interval, in such case I can say means that channel equalizer will have a fractionally spaced tabs, and I call that as fractionally spaced equalizer. Okay. So in practice, I said that time delay between the adjacent tab will be selected as half of the symbol duration, t by 2. Okay, and it will be sampled at the sampling rate at the output of the filter will be 2 by t. So output of the filter is receiving filter, right? Okay. In that case, I can write the impulse response of the FIR equalizer as this. So GE of t is equal to summation from n is equal to minus n to minus capital into plus n Cn del of t minus n into tau. Okay, this is in time domain, the impulse response of the FIR equalizer. Okay. In frequency response, I write this as what? G of f, which is equal to same summation small n is equal to minus capital N to n Cn. We know frequency means Fourier transform this impulse function we write in terms of exponential function, right? So e power minus j2 pi f n into tau. So I said the coefficient Cn will be what? 2n plus 1 equalizer coefficients. Okay, and n will be chosen sufficiently large so that the equalizer will spans the length of the intersymbol interference. So always we say 2n plus 1 will be greater than or equal to L. So L is the number of taps. Okay. So this 2n plus 1 means to say this coefficient Cn of the equalizer, right, should be equal to what? 2n plus 1 equalizer coefficients. I am saying n has to be chosen large so that the equalizer will span the length of the intersymbol interference. So always this equalizer coefficients will be chosen greater than the number of coefficients of that filter. that is x0, x1 I wrote now. I think I will be able to understand with the diagram I think. Yeah, I think this diagram. Yes, here. See, this is the transmitted symbol we are multiplying, right? x0, L2 minus 1 in this case. Right? Come to this. Okay, I told the time domain expression and frequency domain expression, and I was telling about this. Since in frequency domain, I know x of f will be equal to multiplication of their Fourier transform in the frequency domain, right? So GT of f is the frequency response of the transmitting filter. This is the channel frequency response, and this is the frequency response of the receiving filter, right? So if I treat x of t is the signal pulse corresponding to means it's Fourier transform x of f, right? The equalized output of the signal pulse will be written as q of t is equal to this. Means this is the equalized output. Means is the output of that summation. Okay, which is equal to summation small n is equal to minus capital N to n Cn x of t minus n into tau. Okay, Cn is the coefficient, right? And this is the transmitted symbol at time interval TB, 2TB, and so on. Okay. Fine. So I need to apply this zero forcing condition for that samples q of t taken at time t equal to mt. So if I apply that, if I write t in place of mt, I can replace the previous equation. I can rewrite as q of mt is equal to this summation n equal to minus n to n Cn. So just I'm replacing what this is small t by capital MT, right? Because t is equal to mt. So I'm writing x of mt minus n into tau, right? So where the value of m is from 0 to plus or minus n. Since there are 2n plus 1 equalizer coefficients, so we will be able to control only 2n plus 1 sample values of q of t. Q of t is the what output of the equalizer. So we may force the conditions. Means this q of mt means I need to apply for this equation the Nyquist criteria, 0 into symbol interface Nyquist criteria. That is why I am writing this equation with will be equal to 1 when m equal to 0 and will be 0 when m is not equal to 0. So this is because I am forcing that to this one. I am applying just 0 ASI condition to this equation. Okay. I hope it is clear. So people should say yes or no. Are you
Yes,
with
sir.
me? Yeah. Okay. So this equation, what I'm writing, this is the output of the equalizer, right? Can be expressed in the form of matrix. Okay. So what is that matrix? XC, which is equal to Q. So this X is the what? 2n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 matrix with elements of what? X of mt minus. This is also tau. It is okay. Mt minus n tau. By mistake, when it is t, it is x of m capital T minus n into tau. Please note that change. And C is the what? Column vector with what? This one 2n plus 1 coefficient vector. And Q, that is the output. Okay, which is equal to also 2n plus 1 column vector. And in this Q, only one non-zero element will be there. Rest all will be 0. That is what the meaning of this ASI criteria applying to this equation. Okay. Hope so you will be able to visualize that matrix now. I said X is the what? This is from the input signal at delayed elements. I can fill that X matrix. And C is the coefficients. Okay. That is what I was discussing about C naught, C naught. That is also 2n plus 1 vector. And Q is the output by this one. That is also a 2n plus 1 column vector. Right? So, what I mean to say is here, we obtain a set of 2n plus 1 linear equations with this, okay, for the coefficients of the zero forcing equalizer. And what I would like to say is here, this FIR zero forcing equalizer will not be completely eliminating the ISI because its length is finite, right? Because I'm restricting its length to n, right? So because of its finite length, I say this FIR04 equalizer will not be able to completely eliminate the intersymbol interference. So what I need to do, I need to increase the value of n, right, to eliminate the intersymbol interference. So as the value of n tends to infinity, then I can say the ASI will be completely eliminated. Uh, yeah, I will come to this problem. What I told yesterday, I've given this problem. No? Before this, I've solved another problem. I hope you will be able to recall that problem. If I understand that problem thoroughly, I think we'll be able to solve this example. And this example has appeared in exam also. So that is why I'm taking interest to solve this and to give the solution also. And a lot of hidden things are there in this. In the textbook, you know, each and every step will not be solved, right? That is why the need of teacher is required. So please have a note of this problem. So let us consider a channel distorted pulse x of t at the input to the equalizer, right? So which is given by what? X of t is equal to 1 by 1 plus 2t by t whole square. So this is the what I mean to say, pulse, okay, channel distorted pulse. This is input to the equalizer, okay. So I say 1 by t is a symbol rate, and this pulse is sampled at what rate? 2 by t. This also I discussed. It will be sampled at 2 by t, right? And equalized by a zero forcing equalizer. So you are supposed to determine the coefficients of a 5-tap zero forcing equalizer. Means you need to determine C0, C1, C2, C minus 1 and C minus 2. Because see, it is a 5-tap zero forcing equalizer. Now, I told it is a 2n plus 1 is equal to number of taps. So with that, I will be able to find out the value of capital N. Right. So 2n plus 1 is equal to 5 means I say the value of n is equal to 2. Isn't it? So now you have to substitute capital N as 2 in that summation equation. What is the summation equation? This one, Cn is equal to minus 2 plus 2, and you write this equation and you have to expand this. Okay. So what I said while telling, see this x is what? 2n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 matrix. Means here the value of n I got as 2. Right? So it is 2 into 2, 4 plus 1. Means 5 by 5 matrix it is. So that much you will be able to catch. X is, for that example, is a 5 by 5 matrix. Sorry. 5 by 5, 5 by 5 matrix, and this C is 2n plus 1 vector, column vector, right? So that is 5 by 1 column vector, and Q is also 5 by 1 column vector. So that much understanding, I hope you got it, I feel. Yes, that much visualization you got in your, please note down in your notebook. Okay, I started with solution, saying solution. I said to start with what you are supposed to do. First you write 2n plus 1 is equal to number of taps. So here he has asked for 5 tap zero forcing equalizer, right? So you can write 2n plus 1 is equal to 5. From that you can calculate the value of n as what? So n is equal to 2 you get, right? So let me show the complete solution. Step by step. Sorry. Okay. Okay, I will take one more this one. Yeah, I think is it visible this PDF file?
No, sir.
No, sir. It's not it. Got us. It takes time. This is what you like to share. Like to share this one. Now let me just come. Oh, 1 minute, I think I want to open this window. Now this has come. Yeah, what will be able to see now? Able to see this PDF file?
Sir, no, sir. It's just a file explorer.
Pardon? Folder you are seeing, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now? Now it's the same thing, na?
No, sir.
No. 1 minute, I think. Stop sharing. All these things. Yes, we'll be able to see this PDF file. Hello?
No,
No,
sir.
no, some problem here. I'm finding difficult to share this PDF file only. Stop sharing it. There. Now if I say window, this one only is coming. Cancel. ಸರ್ ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ಯಾ ನೋ also I don't think so. Oh, is so left. Only I'm getting share. Yeah, now what you are able to see, ma? Hello?
Are you able to see the PDF, sir?
Transmission
PDF
to
will be-
bandwidth limited AW.
Yeah. Good. I think fine. I will take to the problem only right away. Yeah, this is good notes of this last module, and I will share also. Yeah, I think I come to the problem. Yeah, I think I will just. Yeah, is it clear?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please note down this problem. X of t is equal to, I said 1 by 1 plus 2t by t whole square. Right, this is the channel distorted pulse applied to the input of an equalizer, right? So they have asked you to determine the channel coefficients. Fine. So to start with the solution, what I said, the spacing, tap spacing, right? The tap spacing is arranged to be at a tau is equal to t by 2, right? So while the sampling is carried out at what? T is equal to mt. So please note on this. It is a line by line solution, what I mean to say. So we need to determine the tap coefficient, Cn, right? So tap coefficient is nothing but what? Column vector we need to determine. Column vector, right? If the number of taps is 5, right? So already I said that 2n plus 1 will be equal to 5. From this, I can say what is the value of n. I said the value of n is 2, right? So first we need to find out or construct the matrix X, right? What is this matrix X? It is a 2n plus 1 by 2n plus 1 matrix, right? Since the value of n is 2, it will be what? 2n plus 1 means 4 plus 1, 5, right? 5 by 5 matrix it is. So you should visualize the 5 by 5 matrix, right? And that 5 by 5 matrix contains what? The elements of this, that is what? X of mt minus n into tau, right? So which is equal to what? I can write x of mt minus this tau is what? T by 2, right? So I'm substituting here tau as T by 2, right? And run means here for understanding what I'm writing m as the row index. This m I have written, this is the row index, and this n also I have written here. So this is the column index. So to differentiate between this m and n. Okay, what is n? N is the column index and this m is the row index. Means, so here already the values are calculated. Even you can calculate by yourself. See, that range is from what? -2 to +2. That's both x-axis and means rows and columns, right? And I need to find the value of this one, x of mt minus n into t by 2. So for that, what I'm doing here, I'm substituting in the signal x of t. X of t is what? 1 divided by 1 plus 2t by capital T whole square, right? So in this, I need to substitute the value of t as what? M capital T minus n into capital T by 2. Okay, in this equation, I need to substitute the value of t as that and substitute the value of n and m. Okay, as say, if I want this element, substitute n as -2, right, and m as also -2. So you will get this value. Please do that and check whether you are getting this 1 by 5 or not. Yes, it is a homework for you people. You have to, if you understand, means I don't think this much clarity you will get from anywhere. I will assure you. Okay, I said n is my column index and m is my row index, right? So to find out this first element of this X matrix, I said n is equal to substitute as -2 and m is also -2 for this as value of t, right? It means m is -2, right? And t is also -2. So what I get here, -2t minus of -2t by 2, right? So here minus of minus becomes plus 2t, right? By 2 means how much it will be? So it becomes -4t, right, plus t by 2. So -4t plus t means what? -3t by 2, right? That if you substitute here in this equation, you will be getting the value of this one. Just check like that for other elements also.
Yes, sir.
So this is the way to obtain this X matrix. Please have a note of this. Because how we get this X matrix is not told in the textbook, because that clarity will get only when you understand this first what I wrote. Means to construct X, we have to use this, right? X of mt, right, minus n tau, where tau is n into tau is t by 2, right? Then I am saying what is m and what is n. I am treating m as row index and n as column index. The value of m and n is what? From -2 to 2, and as well as the value of m is also from -2 to 2. So this direction of writing, and then this one, and means first you need to write this as what? X0, right? X0, X1, X2, X3, X5, like that column, right? Then next one. So like that you will get. Then this is the value of X0. Just think like that. Okay. So will you be able to do that by yourself? So how much time you take? Because it is all fractions. No, it takes time to substitute t as this value. Taking m is -2. For this, first you have to take for first row, first column, you have to take m as -2 and n as -2. For the second column, first row, what do you need to take? The value of n and m. N has to be taken as -1 and m has to be taken as -2. I hope it is clear. For third column, first row, you need to take the value of n as 0 and m as -2. Right? First row, fourth column, you need to take the value of n as 1 and m as -2. Then you will get this value. Right? First row, fifth column, you have to take the value of n as +2 and m as -2. Then you will get this value, 1/37. I don't know, only one fellow has said yes, sir, for first element. What about other people? Are you solving on your own? Will you be able to understand this? I think after getting this much clarity, you should be able to do it by yourself for writing the X matrix. So it is a 5x5 matrix. Okay. So after finding the value of X, right, it has to be multiplied with C. C is what? I said column vector, right? And Q is also a column vector of what? 2n+1. So this is already predetermined. The output of the channel equalizer I should get because I am applying the Nyquist criteria, right? So only when n equal to 0, I should get 1. For other values, it is 0, right? So this is the Q matrix. It has 5 elements, 5 column means 5 rows, 1 column, right? 5x1, and in that this element only is 1. Okay, means this is C0. Okay, this is C1 and this is C2, and this one is what? C-1 and this is C-2. See, you will be able to find out this value C matrix, no? That is XC is equal to Q. After knowing X, after determining the value of X and knowing the Q, by taking X inverse and multiplying it Q, also you will get the value of C. Or yesterday what I have done now, in that way also you can do it. Writing those equations, substituting and finding what is C0, C1. I think this is easier. Taking X inverse and multiplying with the Q, right? Because you are already familiar with the multiplication of matrix, right? Once you know what is X, take inverse of that, right? You multiply that with the value of Q, you will be able to find out the value of Q, C. Are you doing it? Are you getting these values? What I have written? X. How many of you have done? How many elements? Yes, other people should say yes or no. Only 1 or 2 are saying yes, sir. Other people are not calculating. Hello, my dear students, should respond. I need not name. ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ?
ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪೇಜ್ ಟಾಪ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ?
ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾ?
ಅದು ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್.
Okay. This one, you want this one? See, this is the x of t, man, signal 1/1 plus 2t by t whole square. That is the channel distorted pulse is given as input to the equalizer. I said what is the tap spacing? Okay. Then it is sampled at what also? We need to determine the tap coefficients. Yeah, if you get this clarity, then you'll be able to solve this problem without any issues. This part is very important. Writing how to construct X, right? So to construct x, so what I said, use that x of m capital T minus n into tau and substitute tau as t by 2 because we are taking adjacent tap delay as capital T by 2. And here I need to vary the value of m and n. I said m is the row index and n is the column index. And how do I write this minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2? Because of that matrix, no, small n is equal to minus capital N to capital N, right? Summation. So there minus 2 to 2 it is. That is why minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1 and 2. So we need to determine the value of that matrix X. For that we need to substitute T as what in this equation? T as M capital T minus N into capital T by 2. Right? So here you substitute the value of M and N for finding each row. Right? I said the first row you take M as minus 2 and first column N as minus 2. Second column N as minus 1. Third column N as 0. Fourth column N as 1 and fourth column N as 2. Then you will get this first row value.
Yes, understood, sir.
ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಮಚ್ ಕ್ಲಾರಿಟಿ ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಬರೇ ಇನ್ನೇ
Getting, sir.
Getting no yesterday because I took directly the values of this X matrix. I took 3 values x0, x minus 1 and x1. I think I solved the problem. So this will give you still better understanding. Means it is making you to determine the X matrix by yourself. No. So after finding this X matrix, next one is what? I already said Q is fixed, right? Because we apply 0 ISI criteria. See, output sample should be equal to what? Only one non-zero element, isn't it? That is why this is the value 1, rest all will be 0, right? So I said XC is equal to Q. You want to determine C. So what you are supposed to do? X inverse into Q. If you do, you will get the value of C, right? So I think here involves because you have to multiply. First you have to take the X inverse, then you multiply with that Q, right? Then adding all those, you know how to do the multiplication of matrix, I feels. You are aware, you are pakka with that. So you will be able to say whether you are getting these values or not. Anyone can do at least one sample and say whether you are getting after taking inverse of this matrix X and multiplying it with Q, right? First row, this column. Then add up all those values, right? You should get as minus 2.2. Takes time, at least 5 minutes, I think. But since it is a fractional value, it takes more than 5 minutes only. So what I mean to say, the value of C0 is minus 3, C1 is 4.9, and C2 is minus 2.2, and C minus 1 is 4.9, and C minus 2 is minus 2.2. So here there is a similarity, right? C1 and C minus 1, both are same. Similarly, C plus 2 and C minus 2 also same. I hope you people are calculating this. ಎಸ್ ವಂದನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ವಂದನ ನೋಡಿ ಲಾಗೌಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ರೆ ಸಿರಿ and Rao left.